I'm currently disconnected. This is Let's Make Stuff. Let's make a Dalek helmet.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff you're going to need for this build, but I guess the four most important things are a bowl, a bucket, an old webcam, and some solar garden lights that you can just get from the 99-cent store or the $2 shop. They're pretty cheap. Okay, first thing you need to do is stick a bucket on your head, press your thumb against your eyes so you know where the eyes are on the other side, poke a hole in it. When you check that, cut it out. While you're cutting things out, you may as well cut off the end of the bucket where the spout is, and also cut off where the handle holders are. Now put the bowl on top. What you want to do is measure the distance between the bowl and the top of the bucket. Once you've done that, you'll have a rough idea of what bit needs covering. Now the area I needed to cover was 6 inches, so I made sure the piece of flywire strip I'd cut was 7 inches wide. I cut 2 of those and then wrapped them around the bucket and attached them with some gaffer tape. Once I'd done that, and I was happy with how secure they were, I glued them in place with some hot glue. Grab some wooden doweling and cut 6 7-inch strips, and what they're going to be is your struts for the Dalek helmet. Grab the small tube from your garden light and sticky tape a pencil to it. And what that do is going to give you a gap between the bowl and the pencil so you can make your rings. Make the outer ring first, and then press the pencil against as close to the bowl as you can, and you're going to do the inner one as that, and you're going to need 3 of those rings. Okay, so now you're going to cut the rings out. Once you've done that, you just give them a quick paint, and it's onto the garden light. Okay, so you've got your garden lights. What you need to do is pull them apart and get the clear plastic part of it and just separate that little bit on the end there. Just cut it away and snap it off. And it's onto the webcam. Grab your webcam, cut away some of the cord. Now the webcam is going to be the eye of the Dalek. What I used for the other side of it was a deodorant bottle lid. I guess just what you need to do is just look around the house, find something that fits into the back of your webcam. And once you finish making sure that it all fits together well, it's time to glue it. So glue it all together. And once you've done that, it's time to paint the end of it. Cover the tube and any other parts that you don't want it to be black, and spray away. Okay, now it's time to cut out your discs. Cut out 1 large, 2 medium, and 2 small. What you're going to do is use a tube. You can use that to cut out the centerpiece, because you're going to slide it onto that very tube at the end anyway, so you may as well make it the exact same size. Once you've cut out your rings, slide them onto your eye. Small, medium, large, medium, small. Now you're going to build the part that holds the rod onto the bowl. I used a small little box for this. I just sketched out an approximate size, flattened the box out, cut it out, and then glued it together. Once I decided where the rod was going to go, I could figure out where I was going to put the 2 lights. So I sketched out that as well. And then it was on to the arduous task of cutting out the holes from the thick plastic. Now I'm just going to check to see if these LEDs work, which they do. So I'm going to make a little mounting plate for them to stick underneath inside the bowl so I can line them up. Now it's time to paint again. So spray the rings and spray the bowl. Give it a good couple of coats. Now that the bowl's dry, it's time to glue things together. Glue on the front plate first and paint the front black just so it blends in with the pipe when you push it in later on. Grabbing some scrap from the rings that you cut out before, glue some plastic on top of the 2 eye bits where there should be a hole, and it's onto the bucket. So cut a hole into the bucket so the wires can go through for the lights. And once you've done that, it's time to cut out some brackets for those rings. Cut out a thin strip of cardboard. You're going to separate that into 1.5 inch pieces, and then grab your brackets. Measure out where you want to put your brackets on, then glue them down and give them a spray. Okay, now it's time to put everything together. Slide your first ring onto the bucket and begin putting the struts in, evenly spaced. When you're happy with how they're spaced, put the second ring on and then the third. Now it's time to start gluing things together. I rushed this a little bit. I wish I'd taken a little bit more time. This little area here is a careful spot. You need to connect the wood to the bucket. Just take your time with that. I missed it a few times. Push a tube into the bowl and then glue it in place, making sure that it's straight and pointing the right direction. Now it's onto the lights. I used a bit of the cable from the webcam and wrapped that around where the lights meet the bowl, glued it on, and then painted it silver. so it looked a little cleaner than it did before. Now just make sure the lights work one more time and stick the bowl on top of the bucket. And you're done.
Well, here it is. This is the finished product. And considering it's just a bowl, a bucket, and a whole bunch of junk, I reckon it turned out pretty good. Yeah, a few little touch-ups here and there, it'll be perfect. And what am I going to use it for? Well, business meetings, doctor visits. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. And remember, something, 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 something. Thanks for watching.